Why come stock market no go down? Why come no matter what bad news come out on the TV and on Twitter, stock market don't care? The reason that we are here at this point in this market is because of fundamental structural changes.
Like crashing a refueler or something and killing 4 servicemen?
Did that happen? I missed that.
I know, dude. I was like, wow, this is going to be a massive story. It's very funny. The first thing I always do is I open the Financial Times. Iran's going to start putting mines in the Strait of Hormuz. And you're like, market must be furious.
Yeah.
And I switch over and I'm like,
it's like up 0.5%? What?
They're bullish on mines? And
Yeah.
this is the big news. Joe Kent, director of national counterterrorism, has resigned. Maybe the guy with the highest security clearance in the country.
And I saw Bernie Sanders even said, like,
Yeah,
I don't agree with this guy on much of anything, but what we can agree on is that Hillary Clinton is a Why are you laughing? Is this funny to you?
I do have a nervous laughter tick. And
Everything is awful. We're at war. The country is falling apart. The national debt is out of control. Consumer sentiment is in the toilet. So why hasn't the stock market crashed? In this episode, we're going to explain what's keeping the market propped up, how long it can last, and an analysis of Michael Burry's recent lengthy blog post all about how we got here and what he thinks is about to happen. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, to another riveting week here in Los Angeles. We're in a heat wave,
it's
man.
like, dude, just
Woo!
walking in here.
Woo!
I haven't felt something like that since I was in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's
So
it's
horrible.
pretty miserable, and we have these 3 giant windows, each about, what would you say, 7 feet tall?
I would say about 7 feet tall.
7 foot tall windows, and they've got these black curtains, and these black curtains just absorb all the heat, and then the heat just radiates into this place. And we got the AC, the one little AC unit blowing in here, but
Truly
it's just
little engine that could.
it's just blowing
not-
like from over here. You go up and you touch it up close, and it's cold, but over here
It's hot.
it feels hot. But
We got
that's
these big ceilings. We're doing the best we can, all right? We're at war. It's hot as hell in
yeah.
here.
We suffer for you. We suffer for you. Hey, before we get into the episode, we got a great episode. We're talking all about why isn't the market crashing? What's going on? Everybody, I got people texting me and asking me, what's the deal with this stock market? How come no matter what I read in the headlines, it seems like everything around us is failing?
Dory.
Is what?
Oh, sorry.
Hunky dory? Is that what you said?
No. I misunderstood you.
You're going hunky dory. Yeah, so we'll explain all of that because it's not what you think. And then we'll before we do that, we're gonna do some Trump and Iran updates because things do be happening every single minute of
Well, I
every
think that's a
single
big
day.
reason why people are like, wait, why the hell is myself included,
Yeah.
you open the Wall Street Journal and, there's some guy going, they're mining the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, that can't be good. And then you look at the market and they're like, hunky dory.
Yeah, actually, this is good. This is bullish. We're in
actually
that market.
bullish on this.
Yeah, actually, this is good, and here's why. So it's if it would make me mad that it goes up, that's exactly why it'll go up. That's it. There's the whole episode. All right, we'll see you next time, folks. But no, for real, we have what do we have to get some stuff out of the way? You want some?
If you want bonus content, head to BenandEmilShow.com. If you're interested in a credit card, you got to hit the creditcardlist.com. All of our favorites are on there.
You got the Southwest Companion Pass.
The Companion Pass
get
goes
that thing
crazy.
before it goes away, man.
I literally was explaining to my friend, and they were like, I think you're lying. Like, you can't get it. There's no way they just give you BOGO tickets. I was like, yes, they do.
No, they do. They give you BOGO.
It's crazy. So if you have love in your life, get yourself a Companion Pass.
And if you don't have love in your life,
Maybe get yourself
I
one
feel you,
anyway.
man.
You go on these dates and they ask you what you're like and stuff, and you say, I have a companion pass.
Hey, babe, want to fly to Kentucky? Want to fly to Kentucky for the
And
weekend?
they're like, no, I'd rather do anything else than fly for free with you. No, I hope that doesn't happen to you.
Oh, and hey, guys, we've got a special message on the website, benandemilshow.com. Don't worry, we're not breaking up. We just want to talk. And yeah, so for everybody, keep on.
This is the most anxiety-inducing way to.
Yeah.
It's like when someone calls you and you're like, just text me.
Yeah.
It's not. It's honestly a good thing.
Yeah, but go website.
We just want everyone to see it.
Yes.
So we're asking that you can, if you please keep an eye out for that.
Keep an
so
eye
you
out.
can participate, respond, whatever.
Well, let's dive into it,
Let's
shall
dive
we?
into
Let's
it.
dive into this.
I gotta say, we're in insane levels. We're reaching insane levels of loser consumer these days.
Oh yeah.
In fact, we should play. Did you see the Kevin Haskett clip?
Which one?
The one where he's talking about consumers. Here, I'm just gonna drop it in real quick. This is we've never been so loser consumer. It's insane.
Kevin Haskett.
Kevin Hassett, I'm sorry.
Hassett.
But the fact is that the U.S. economy is fundamentally sound, and that if it were to be extended, it wouldn't really disrupt the U.S. economy very much at all. It would hurt consumers, and we'd have to think about, if that continued, what we would have to do about that. But that's like really the last of our concerns right now, because we're very confident that this thing is going ahead of schedule.
Consumers are last of our concerns right now.
Consumers are the last of our concerns
Look,
right now. Fuck them. I mean,
the
whoops.
economy is fine, but consumers, you're fucked.
Yeah. Man.
And we're not worried about it.
No, that is very funny. I will, before we get into all the stuff, I will say there was one Financial Times article. By the way, Financial Times, great source.
Oh, they are by far that's the first place I always
Great
go.
source.
That's
Love that pink, the kind of pink flesh colored
like
thing.
Beigey.
Yeah.
Flesh colored is a good.
Yeah. Well, sorry. Not all flesh is colored that way. Obviously, we know that from the crayon debacle. Let's get that right out of the way. But my flesh, actually, not even my flesh.
That's
To be fair, my flesh is kind of brown.
I would say the color of the Financial Times is somewhere around here.
It's like the color of the tip of a penis, a white man's penis.
Let's move on. But by far, I mean, the Financial Times is by far the best place to get.
Salmon. That's what I've been meaning to say. Is salmon colored.
If you want mostly unbiased
Yeah.
news,
Anyway,
that's about the best place to go.
so over the weekend, basically on Fridays, you can time your watch to it that the United States is going to be up to some shit.
Like
something's
crashing
gonna go happen.
Like crashing a refueler or something and killing 4 servicemen.
Did that happen? I missed that.
I know, dude. I was like, wow, this is gonna be a massive story.
A Stratotank, a KC-1 Stratotanker?
I think the one where they got the little
Yeah, the little extendable penis. Yeah.
and everyone died, and they were
Oh,
like,
man.
it was neither enemy fire or friendly fire. The whole thing. I mean, it's. I don't even know, but they're like, sometimes planes just fall out of the sky. What can we do? You know?
I used to play Top Gun on the Nintendo, and one of the levels was you had to refuel midair, and you had to like keep the plane, from memories, man. Anyway,
no one, heart goes out to the families of those guys.
Yeah.
I wish none of these people were
there in the first place.
Yeah.
So we attacked this place that I'd never heard of called Karg Island. And it's apparently
It sounds like it's from a video game.
Karg Island?
Yeah.
It sounds like somewhere where a giant gorilla
dude, I'm
would
so
live.
close to getting to Karg Island.
Yeah. Did you ever play Donkey Kong Country on Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
What a game. It seems like it would be in Donkey Kong Country. 90% of all Iran oil exports originate from Karg Island, apparently. And in response, Iran attacked the United Arab Emirates' Fujairah oil refinery place, but apparently we left the oil producing parts of that island intact. So it's like we just kind of bombed it to send a message.
Which I think
now Trump is saying they better I don't know, surrender or come to the table, otherwise we will attack the parts of the island that are responsible for
which
oil.
I think is a symbol that the Trump administration is nervous about the economic impacts of this war.
Yes.
Which, as we discussed the last time we were talking about it, the the whole game right now is making the rest of the world feel the pain and them just trying to outlast it.
Yep.
Scott Bessent himself said they're allowing Iranian tankers and
Yes. That was the
maybe-
thing in the Financial Times. Yeah.
maybe Chinese tankers to go through because they literally don't want to
He said
cause
we want
economic
the
disaster here.
Yeah, he said we want the world to be well supplied. So if you're wondering like, whoa, what's going on? The United States is letting Iranian oil leave and go out to the rest of the world and letting the rest of the world have their oil. So
And MAGA people are going, but I thought it was closed. And it's like, they closed it. They can, and it's not closed. It's not like
yeah,
they
there's not a giant
slammed a
gate.
door. It's, everyone's going, seems like we're sitting ducks out here. The Iranians can pretty easily just blow up our ship. So we're actually all good on going through the strait. And yeah, I guess no one saw coming that the people who closed it could just also open it
Yeah.
and not shoot them.
So here's what's going on. Iran's demands
And what is oil at now? I mean,
100 and something a barrel,
it's probably just under 100.
which is funny when you think about a barrel of oil, right? If
I'd
I
say
if I had a
more.
barrel of oil and I was going to sell it to you, I'd be like $500.
I know. I would be
I'm
like,
like, damn,
you're
that's
gonna
a
drop off
whole barrel of oil. That thing weighs a ton.
You're going to give it to me?
Yeah. And you know what also tickles me is the fact that they call it like this one's light sweet. They've got sour.
I didn't know
It's
about
like,
this.
what is it? What is that based
They're
on?
like weed strains.
Yeah. What is?
No,
Yes.
don't put that one in your car, dude. It'll fuck you up.
Yeah, that's sour OG. This is wedding cake oil.
You know what?
It's
does-
a sativa oil.
You know what doesn't tickle me when they
What?
talk about, someone screaming on cable news about the average price of a
Gas?
gallon of gas in the country, and they're like, it just hit $3.79. Can you believe it? And I'm like,
Oh,
I would
honey.
die for $3.79 in
Yeah.
LA. It's I think at the cheapest place I go,
Uh-huh.
which sometimes Sarah's like, don't.
SoCal Gas.
Sarah's sometimes like, don't go to that place. I
Yeah.
don't know if you want to put that in your car.
Yeah.
It's $5.39. That is the like cheapest you'll find.
That's why I still use.
$3.79. When's the last time it was like that? I don't even know if it's ever been like that since I've been in LA.
I mean, boy, do I remember the days when gas was $2 something
Yeah,
a
but-
gallon, a barrel.
Whenever they talk about these average prices, I'm going,
You know what
I'd
we ought to
kill.
do? We ought to switch it to liters so that it feels less bad. Because
I-
the price would go
if
down.
you have any friends
on the
or
board.
family in Europe, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, but it's a smaller dollar amount, and to our dumb American brains,
Sure.
it would be like, oh, it's paying a
But they're-
dollar for a dollar amount.
They're literally probably paying upwards of $10 a gallon.
Well, hey gang, we got to take a quick break to thank one of our sponsors. It's GLD, fellas. Let's be real out there. Buying men's jewelry used to be a nightmare. I don't know the first place to go or what to look for. It was low quality, snaps after a week, or insanely overpriced with ridiculous markups. That's why we rock with GLD. They've changed the game. You're getting quality pieces that are built to last without breaking the bank.
And it couldn't be better timing, huh? I mean,
Yeah.
it's getting hot out. People are going to be going to the beach. You're going to be,
Oh, man.
you've been working out all winter. You're going to be taking your shirt off.
You got to accentuate yourself.
Yeah, you want
Accent.
you want a nice little, what is it called? Like a focal point for
Yeah.
people to be like, damn.
Dang, look at that guy.
Not
He's got
only-
money.
Not only does he look great, but he's got a perfect piece of jewelry
Yeah, man.
that shows that he's got taste.
Yeah. Don't just take our word for it. Over 2 million customers and 50,000 5-star reviews back it up. Not to mention it's worn by some of the biggest names out there. Justin Bieber. Yeah, that's pretty big, man. Justin Bieber.
And
Micah
there's-
Parsons, Tyreek Hill, Malik Neighbors, ASAP Rocky, and a ton more. These guys got good taste.
The best part?
What?
Every single piece is guaranteed for life.
Guaranteed for life.
It's literally built to last for the rest of your life, okay?
They've got an official collab with the NFL, so you can get every NFL team on a pendant this season. They also have official collabs with the NBA, WNBA, MLB, NCAA, MLS, and even DC Comics, man. So you like that Batman? You want that Batman chain or pendant? Get it. They offer every price point.
Everywhere, okay?
From
They
the
got
entry level 18 karat gold plated to everything in between, man. They got the solid gold, natural diamonds, so you can find what you're looking for at any price point. They can even fully create custom pieces. So you want something custom? You want that custom Batman thing?
And we're talking one-of-a-kind pendants to iced-out chains designed exactly how you want them, just like a Batman one if you want it. If you've got a design in mind, GLD's Custom Shop will bring it to life. Work hard and change the game. For a limited time only, new customers are getting an insane deal. Use code BAYS to get 50% off
That's
at
big.
GLD.com. That's 50% off with code BAYS, B-A-E-S, at GLD.com. After you purchase, they will ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them our show sent you.
So here's the deal. Iran has demands for a ceasefire, which include an end to American military presence throughout the Middle East and repayment for destroyed infrastructure. So good luck with that, sweethearts, because I can tell you right now, America isn't going to do that. And then, like you said, Trump is asking for international help regarding ships and safe passage in the Strait of Hormuz.
So embarrassing.
The French, the British, the Japanese,
the Germans,
they're all like
the Australians, China. I mean, China. He's going to China.
Yeah.
This is so embarrassing. The New York Times has a whole list of them of just like, here is how governments have responded so far. Germany rejected the U.S. demand. European Union, basically fuck off. Britain, Prime Minister Keir Starmer said on Monday that his government was working with allies on a viable plan to reopen the strait, but cautioned that Britain would not be drawn into a wider war. Australia does not intend to send ships to the Strait of Hormuz.
We're not going to send ships over there.
Japan says get lost. China, get lost. France, get lost. They are all varying degrees of polite, but good Lord, this is so embarrassing.
Yeah. And
why would you? This maniac.
He's just going to turn around and
then, hey guys, you guys mind letting your ships be sitting ducks for us?
I mean, he's pissed at all these countries because he says we're always there for them, but they're never there for us. It's like, shut up, bitch.
And
shut up, bitch.
He's also complaining that, which might be true, Europe might be in more dire straits because they get a lot of their oil and they are not oil producers in the same way we are.
Yeah.
And so, they might be in some trouble, but I don't know if they're going to want to. Lindsey Graham was talking about it. He wrote a real catty tweet. Just spoke to POTUS about our European allies' unwillingness to provide assets to keep the Strait of Hormuz functioning, which benefits Europe far more than America. I have never heard him so angry in my life. I share that anger given what's at stake. The arrogance of our allies to suggest that Iran with a nuclear weapon is of little concern, and that military also there's no threat here, as we'll get to, is of little concern, and that military action to stop the Ayatollah from acquiring a nuclear bomb is our problem, not theirs, is beyond offensive. The European approach to containing the Ayatollah's nuclear ambitions have proven to be a miserable failure. The repercussions of providing little assistance to keep the Strait of Hormuz functioning are going to be wide and deep for Europe and America. We'll see. We'll see, pal.
Well, half of or 1/3 of global fertilizer, ammonia, and half of all global urea go through the Strait of Hormuz. So that's why, for those who are privy to it, all these fertilizer stocks have been going nuts, which is annoying. Because I missed
hope you
it.
guys like more expensive food.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. It's not just the gas thing is already fucked because it's not just every Tom, Dick, and Harry going to fill up their tank. It's going to have cascading effects throughout industry. Me paying $5.39 a gallon, which I do not like doing. Imagine that on multitudes of scale. When you're running a business, everything gets more expensive.
Well, that's Qatar.
And then they're talking about jet fuel too.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how that works, but jet fuel gets more expensive.
Well, because it's refined from oil as well.
And then you're just cascading effects all throughout, tourism everywhere.
Well, it also extends to things like semiconductors because 1/3 of global helium comes from Qatar, and those exports have been reduced to zero. And helium is a very important part of the semiconductor manufacturing process. It's also used in things like MRIs and a bunch of other stuff. Balloons, balloons for kids' birthday parties.
Yeah, it's
the stuff that makes your voice funny. So nobody's going to be making funny voices anytime soon. Back to you, Emil.
No, it's. I think we can't even begin to process it all. All of those things you said. Plus, I didn't even realize this. It impacts generic drug prescriptions because the U.S. gets nearly half of its generic prescriptions from India, roughly 47% by volume. Let's see. It depends on the Strait of Hormuz for around 40% of its crude oil imports. That oil ultimately feeds into the petrochemical inputs used throughout pharmaceutical manufacturing. So even though American consumers are not buying medicines directly from the Gulf, they are still at the end of a supply chain that runs through it.
Wow, I didn't know oil was used in drugs. Guys, check your Fent. Make sure that you don't have any oil in it because that's not safe.
Multiple ingredients needed to manufacture many drugs in India often travel through the Gulf logistics hub first.
Trump assumed apparently that he was going to get high approval ratings like George W. Bush post initial Iraq invasion. And he also said that he's delaying his China meeting by a month. We don't need to play that. I don't know why I put that in there. He's just,
this thing, it's
impossible to keep up with the shit that comes out of this ass clown's mouth.
It's a real mess, and the economic repercussions are going to really impact people. They really want to get this thing open. So much so that Newt Gingrich
this is great. Pull that up.
Possibly fallen for I don't know. I just checked. The tweet is still up. I cannot believe
he's a
it's
clown
still
and he doesn't understand.
But what he's doing is he's tweeting a link to a Substack article titled "It's Time," and I believe this is copy and pasted from the article. He says, instead of fighting over a 21-mile wide bottleneck forever, we cut a new channel through friendly territory. A dozen thermonuclear detonations, and you've got a waterway wider than the Panama Canal, deeper than the Suez, and safe from Iranian attacks. And so this came on my feed, and I was going, is this for real? Is this guy talking about setting off nukes? 12
underground, dude. Come on.
And so you open the thing, and it's on this blog called China Talk. It's time, an open letter to Secretary Hegseth from March 15th, 2026. And it's very funny when you read it. It's clearly satire.
Yeah.
On Friday, you told reporters the only thing prohibiting transit in the Straits right now is Iran shooting at shipping. 15 days in, and the best we've got is the president asking the UK, France, and even China to send warship. That's not MAGA. That's weakness. I have a solution that doesn't require a single phone call to G. A solution that only President Trump could pull off because only he has the vision and the arsenal to do it. We nuke us a canal.
And at the very bottom of this article, it basically says this is clearly satire, and if you believe it, you're a fucking moron.
It says the views expressed above do not necessarily represent those of anyone with brain cells.
Yeah, except for Newt Gingrich. And the guy even he even put a little update, and he said Newt approved.
It's very funny. I mean, now I know what the woke deep state is going to say, and I want you to save the trouble of listening to them. The Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, never ratified it. Even if we did, who cares? Next. It's just like, I cannot believe former leader of the House is suggesting this.
Before we get on to the big crash, I forgot to say that part of the thing that we're looking at here is Michael Burry from The Big Short fame did a big blog post, and I read that over the weekend, and I have some main takeaways, so that you don't have to read it. But before we do that, what's the guy's name? Joe Kent?
Yeah, and before we even get into that, so the past couple days have been...
We finally had something happen before we put out the episode.
But the past couple days have been very funny because you're seeing a side of Trump that you don't normally see. You're seeing a side of Trump where...
You're seeing an ugly side, which you don't normally see.
Normally he's nice. I like his vibe.
He's reserved.
But would it be fair to say that he almost seems... He's lost his swagger. There's
Brother... Sure, I guess.
But normally it's like nothing sticks to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's steadfast in his insane beliefs. I mean, the best way to...
I think the MAGA faithful are there's a rift forming between the MAGA faithful and the anti-war, anti-APAC.
But it's not even them. It's him. It's like he seems to be doubting his own ideas, which he doesn't normally do. So there's this first one where he's kind of talking about how we shouldn't even be there.
Is this even worth playing? It's so loud on the plane. Can we?
All right,
should we try it?
Then play the other one, because he fully admits that they just could not have seen this coming, which is shocking for a number of reasons. But just play it.
And power. Look what happened in the last 2 weeks. They weren't supposed to go after all these other countries in the Middle East. Those missiles were set to go after them. So they hit Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait. Nobody expected that. We were shocked.
So, I mean, he's sitting there and going, we never could have imagined that they would hit American bases if we bombed the shit out of them, which is already insane. If it wasn't for the fact that Iran officially warned in a letter to the UN on February 19th that U.S. military bases across West Asia will become legitimate targets if the Islamic Republic comes under attack by Washington.
Hey, everybody. We got to talk about something that's a little more serious, but it's very important. It's called life insurance. Have you heard of it? Life insurance is very important. And every year I tell myself I'm going to stop procrastinating.
This is the year I'm going to do it. This is the year I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do something. I'm going to write a will. You need one of those. You need a life insurance policy too. It's actually really quick though, and it's affordable and it's essential. And that's where Fabric by Gerber Life makes it easy for you. You can handle something major for your family at the start of this new year. If you've been putting off getting life insurance, there's no better time to do it than now. Over 2/3 of Americans overestimate the cost of life insurance, but it's actually more affordable than you think. And Fabric by Gerber Life makes it so quick and easy to make sure your family has more financial protection this year. Won't you protect them?
And the best part is what are we looking at? March, you can get around to some New Year's resolution you've been forgetting about. Okay, they make it easier than ever. Fabric by Gerber Life is term life insurance you can get done today. Made for busy parents like you, all online, on your schedule, right from your couch. You could be covered in under 10 minutes with no health exam required. If you've got kids, and especially if you're young and healthy, the time to lock in low rates is now. Even if you have life insurance through your employer, it may not offer enough protection for your family, and it may not follow you if you leave your job. Fabric has flexible, high-quality policies that fit your family and your budget, like $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day.
$1 a day? My goodness gracious. There's no risk. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you can cancel it every time. They have over 1,900 five-star reviews on Trustpilot with a rating of excellent. Join the thousands of parents who trust Fabric to help protect their family. Apply today in just minutes at meetfabric.com/Bays. That's meet, MEET, fabric.com/Bays, BAES, spelled that way. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company. Not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions. Well, I didn't read that. I didn't see that. It wasn't brought to my attention. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's the first time I'm hearing about this. By the way, real fast, with his thing about that comment he made on... He made a comment to reporters on Air Force One that said, maybe we shouldn't have been there at all. We have our own oil. I think the context of that is important because it doesn't seem like he's just being crazy. I think he's making a jab well, fine, maybe we shouldn't even be there at all. If that's what you want. Europe, we're doing you a favor. Maybe we shouldn't even be there at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he also did this thing where they're asking. There have been so many clips, and we can put it in too. I'm sure you saw the one where they're asking him about why we're even doing this, and he starts being like, I don't even know. Maybe we did it out of habit, which maybe isn't a good thing to do.
Of habit?
You didn't see this?
No.
Is it worth pulling up right now?
I don't know. I hear you saying it. That's good enough.
We'll insert it later. It's
let's do Tom Kent.
Zero. We don't need oil. We have all the oil we need for ourselves. It's one of the great assets that we have. We have more than double what anybody else in terms of oil production. We're at more than double any other country. So we don't need it, but we did it. It's almost... You could say we did it out of habit, which is not a good thing to do. But we did it because we have some good allies there. We have some great Middle Eastern countries there, Israel there. So we did it for a lot of reasons.
Joe Kent.
Fucking God.
But so there is I don't know, at least in my eyes, I'm like, this is a weird tone he's striking where he does seem to be acknowledging the fact that maybe they made a mistake, maybe they are in over their heads,
but
maybe they don't know what the hell they're doing there.
Yeah.
Because from all respectable, all across the political spectrum, anyone with a functioning brain seems to be saying, what the hell did you do?
Yeah.
So
except for Lindsey Graham.
Well, I said anyone with a functioning...
what's his name? With the fucked up daughter, Sarah Huckabee?
Mike Huckabee.
Mike Huckabee.
I did say anyone with a functioning brain. I did caveat.
Well, because his whole thing is he's one of these psychos who truly believes...
He's a religious zealot.
No, I know. And he's like,
freak.
It's funny because when he's like, fucking Netanyahu posted a video of the two of them talking and he's like laughing and like being chummy. And I'm like, this psycho doesn't want to help you, dude. He's truly like,
which is a whole other thing.
Once we get all you guys rounded up in the same place, we can finally welcome Jesus back. Like, isn't that what he believes? Or something?
I couldn't even begin to comprehend what Mike Huckabee.
God, dude. Mike Huckabee, why don't you just keep playing bass, man? I like that part of you. Doesn't he play bass?
Yeah, I think he released it's them either doing Freebird. I forget. They're playing a song. It's pretty ridiculous. That's a whole other thing.
God almighty.
A lot of people, that's another video, a string of videos that have been coming out with Netanyahu because people are saying that he's quite possibly dead. And then people are looking at the videos and finding genuinely weird artifacts in the video, like a ring is missing for a second.
Yeah.
Anyone who watches the bonus could tell I'm not great at spotting AI videos. So
why? Have we been fooled?
Remember we were watching that one where the guy body slams the table?
Oh, yeah. But that's not AI.
Who knows? I don't know.
We know that wasn't AI.
But so, yeah, that video he's referencing, who even knows if it's real? People had found some weird artifacts in that. We don't even know if this guy
Let's
alive.
get on with what happened.
This is the big news. Joe Kent, director of national counterterrorism, has resigned today.
Yeah. And he put out a formal letter.
This is a...
Pull it up.
This is a massive deal. This is maybe the guy with the highest security clearance in the country. And he put out a tweet today.
And it's got probably some of the biggest numbers I've ever seen. Scroll down.
It's currently sitting at 588,000
61
likes,
million
182,000 retweets. After much reflection, I've decided to resign from my position as director of the National Counterterrorism Center effective today. I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. It has been an honor serving under POTUS and DNI Tulsi Gabbard, and leading the professionals at NCTC. May God bless America. And this is a big deal. This is a guy who was very pro-Trump. Very MAGA, he even talks about it in the thing. I support the values in his letter. I support the values and the foreign policies that you campaigned on in 2016, 2020, and 2024, which you enacted in your first term. Until June of 2025, you understood that the wars in the Middle East were a trap that robbed America of the precious lives of our patriots and depleted the wealth and prosperity of our nation. Okay, so this is not some holdover from a Biden administration or something like that.
Yeah.
This is a guy who is firmly in his camp.
And Trump already has come out and trashed him.
Oh man,
There's a lot of I saw speculation that he was a leaker, that people were saying that he was like leaking stuff prior to this.
I didn't see that.
Oh.
But this is a guy who I believe he did 11 tours of combat. He was a Green Beret, left the Special Forces to join the CIA. His wife was another service member killed in Syria. So this dude is deeply entrenched in the military world.
Yeah.
They're going to ruin his life.
Yeah, he's probably going to go on Tucker Carlson. That's the rumor
that he's going to go on Tucker Carlson and talk about what he saw in the administration and
Tucker Carlson came out and said that the CIA was tapping his phone, and I couldn't tell if this was real or just conjecture or not, but that the Trump administration suspected him of leaking stuff to the IRGC. and then fed him false information.
You think this guy was?
No. Well, it could. I'm not making that connection, but now that you said that, could be. Who knows? No. Because they were saying that he was at the White House. What's his name?
Wait,
Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson was saying a U.S. military member was.
No. Tucker Carlson said that the CIA has been reading his text messages and like tapping his phone.
Yes.
And the rumor mills are swirling that they entrapped him for treason, for like leaking stuff to the IRGC.
Interesting.
And that what I saw was that, and this is not me confirming this, obviously. What I saw was that they invited Tucker Carlson to the White House, and Trump intentionally made it seem like they weren't going to do anything anytime soon, and that Tucker likely leaked that to the IRGC, thus enabling Khamenei to just be not in a fucking underground bunker, and then made it clear that like Tucker was going to go, oh, you guys are fine for the next.
Interesting.
That's what one thing that I saw over the weekend. But who the fuck knows?
Getting entrapped. So he ends it with, I pray that you will reflect upon what we are doing in Iran and who we are doing it for. The time for bold action is now. You can reverse course and chart a new path for our nation, or you can allow us to slip further toward decline and chaos. You hold the cards. It was an honor to serve in your administration and to serve our great nation.
I wonder what that would look like. If we were to what.
I don't know if you can reverse course at this point.
Yeah, you can't just declare victory and say, well, we did it. Like, even the MAGA faithful, the most MAGA faithful, can see through that charade.
I don't even think that's the problem. I think the problem is that you could say, okay, I'm done with this. Iran may continue to send drones and missiles into things and blow up tankers with, no matter if you say, I'm done with this, Iran also has to be done with it.
Hey, gang, we got to take a quick break to talk about Factor meals. You know I love these little guys. Pop in the microwave, ready in 2 minutes, no planning, no cooking. They're fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs. Good Lord, what else do you want, people? Quality, functional ingredients, including lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole food ingredients, and healthy fats. No refined sugars, no artificial sweeteners, no refined seed oils. Meals that fit your goals and schedule. Healthier eating, calorie management, more protein. I'm too busy.
But I don't want to eat the same thing every day. Well, how about 100 rotating weekly meals? To keep things fresh and delicious through the winter.
Jeez.
Does that sound like variety?
Yeah, they got the new Muscle Pro collection that supports strength and recovery.
High protein, calorie smart, Mediterranean diet, GLP-1 sport, and ready to eat salads.
Always fresh, never frozen. Ready in 2 minutes, no prep, no stress, so you can actually stick to your goals, man. I love this stuff. I eat these little guys,
How
man.
often are you coming home going,
all the time.
I order again, but I should make food, but I'm too lazy, I'm too tired, and
I want to cook.
But I got to eat something healthy.
Yeah, so head to factormeals.com/Bays50off and use code Bays50off to get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthy eating easy with Factor. Right.
So,
yeah. And they, like I said, they made their demands clear. No more military presence whatsoever in the Middle East.
I also do want to be clear. The guy is not someone, as much as I agree with the sentiment that I don't want to be in this war, this is not someone who I would, in other circumstances, go out on a limb for and trust his trust his judgment. Or
he's like a 9/11 truther guy, kind of guy.
I believe he ran for Congress maybe twice. I think the last, that woman, Marie Gluesenkamp or whatever, Marie Perez Gluesenkamp.
Who could forget Marie Gluesenkamp?
He actually almost beat her. It was a very tight race. And I believe stuff was unearthed about him reaching out to Nick Fuentes about social media stuff. And him,
there you go. Cheap.
Marie Gleason. Oh, and I guess he ran for another one.
Domestic issues.
And I think... I think he has weird. Obviously, he has weird stuff with January 6th. I think there's some maybe Proud Boy connections.
Well, with the good come the bad.
Sure.
There's
So-
everybody's got their dirty laundry. He's a
It's-
non-interventionist.
it's a funny thing because I think people are a little bit pissed that this is not getting more airtime, and then I think at the same time people aren't being fully honest about who this guy is exactly. But
That's a tricky thing. I mean, I saw Bernie Sanders even said, like,
Yeah,
I don't agree with this guy on much of anything, but what we can agree on is that Hillary Clinton is a bitch.
I mean, I find it crazy that he's willing to he quotes his letter. Bernie Sanders says, Joseph Kent, a top counterterrorism official under Trump, just resigned. Kent and I don't agree on much, but he is right. And then in quotes, Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. That's an insane thing coming from
Bernie Sanders.
coming from our senators. I mean, that's
a powerful gif. You see that?
What?
Go back to that one with the hat.
The Republicans had already come out and said it between Marco Rubio and Mike Johnson and stuff. And when they were getting asked, they were just looking at the camera going, we don't know. Israel was going to do it first, so we just did it.
Right.
So this is all very shocking. I'm sure the fallout from this is going to be insane. It just happened. It just happened
until the next thing happens. Well, let's shift gears, shall we? You want to pop the clutch there, bub?
I'm doing water right now.
Oh, okay. Well, he doesn't want to shift the gear stick. So Michael Burry, right? You all remember him as Christian Bale as Michael Burry in the movie The Big Short. And
he's playing Christian Bale, playing him in a weird meta documentary that they made.
But he put out a big blog post called Foundations, U.S. Market Structure and Value. And it was behind a paywall, but then he opened it up for public viewing for 24 short hours. And you could probably find it under behind like removepaywall.com or something. But I broke it down. And I wanted to share it because it is very interesting. Normally, I kind of poo-poo things that he says because he's mostly been like kind of wrong and kooky on things.
Perma-bear. I mean, he's been calling. He's been calling the bear market for.
Well, that's one of the things that I guess we'll just talk about it as I go. So first and foremost, he brings up historical bear markets. And remember, a bear market is when the market goes down. He brings up historical bear markets and the fact that Shiller PE ratios, which is a price to earnings ratio. Shiller was a Yale professor who came up with this formula that is kind of an old metric for stock market valuations. Some consider it woefully outdated, but others like Michael Burry still reference it. The Shiller PE ratio is basically just you divide the price of the index or the stock by the average of 10 years of earnings. And it's meant to give you a valuation. The higher the PE ratio, the more overvalued it is, and the lower, the more undervalued it is, theoretically. So during bear markets, historically, Shiller PE ratios bottom at about 5 to 8 times below fair value, or roughly half of the last 100-year average, right? And he says that the 2009 bear market only hit fair value and didn't go below like other bear markets. And that's because of intervention from the government. So that one never quite resolved naturally as it should have. And since then, we've been in this completely different paradigm, right? Second point he makes is that interest rates no longer drive valuation. Narrative does, which is like no fucking duh. That's what I was just going to say is one of my main things with this is that he's kind of living in the past, and it's like, buddy, we're in uncharted territory. I mean, people have already talked ad nauseum about how valuations in the .com bubble were out of control, but that was because they were burning venture capital money and investor money in the pursuit of profitability that never came. Whereas now these companies print more money than the dang freaking United States Treasury, mint. You know, I mean, golly. So it's a different world. And he pointed out, rightfully so, that interest rates rose post-COVID. Despite interest rates rising from 0% to about 4.5%, the S&P tripled from COVID lows, and the Shiller PE went from 28.4 roughly to 40. Normally, when you have interest rates rising, that's when the market tends to kind of flatten or drop down because it makes borrowing more restrictive and
Less free-flowing money.
Yes. And he says, well, stocks are mostly driven now by a competition between narrative capture and expectations disappointment. Hence why he's been attacking the AI narrative, because it's all just about narrative and storytelling. And you can see that just this week. NVIDIA had their big, I forgot what GTC stands. It's their big conference. And Jensen Huang's, they trotted him out there and he's going, man, we're making so much money, we don't even know what to do with it.
Could it get any better than this?
Jesus. I mean, literally, he said.
Didn't they say they expect $1 trillion?
Yes, but then they had to caveat it. He said, we're expecting $1 trillion in revenues through 2027. But it's like from 2025 through 2027. It's like, oh, yeah.
Okay.
But still, even then, that's fucking, goddamn. Can you imagine what that must be like? You went from being the CEO of a company that you founded, and for the longest time, it was just video games and computers.
I make graphics cards, and you got to explain that to people. And
We
they're
make
like,
the graphics cards to make
Cool.
the boobs. You know how Tomb Raider, the boobs used to be a triangle, right? But now we give them more definition. Now the titties look real
remember
when
how
they play
in
the game.
GTA 3 you could pick up a prostitute and the car would shake?
And it would make little boys everywhere horny.
That was us.
Yeah, that was us. You're welcome. I don't know why Jensen Huang does not sound like that.
Jensen Huang, he sounds like that.
So he's saying that interest rates are kind of detached from, or market valuations are kind of detached from reality in another sense, being that they don't really care about interest rates any longer. Third, and this is a big one, he points out that we are way, way, way overdue for a reversion to the mean, for a pullback to the average Shiller PE ratio number. Currently, we're at 40.2. And in April of 2000, just before the peak of the dot-com bubble, 43.5. And he says that they have always reverted to the long-term average. Since the beginning of the S&P, since the beginning of the Dow Jones, they've always reverted back to that average. And he says the current streak is 34 years, which is a record by a wide margin. The prior one being 1960 to 1970, which in that case preceded a bear market. And we are over 10 times the historic average reversion cycle of 3.2 years.
That's good.
Why are you laughing? Is this funny to you?
I do have a nervous laughter tick. And I think, yeah, I mean, this is not anything new to us. We've been talking about all kinds of stuff. Even before the Iran war, it seemed like the market was on shaky ground and didn't make a ton of sense.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the only one with ideas like this. I'm blanking on the guy's name. We were talking about his article in the New York Times. He wrote a book in 2007 called like The Devil's Something, which basically was saying a huge crash is coming. And then we all remember what happened in 2008. His article was basically titled, I called the crash of 2008 what we're seeing now. What you're going to wish it was 2008.
Yeah. I mean, he goes on to say, the 100-year average currently would be about 18 to 19 on the Shiller PE index. So that would be, that would put us on par for a pullback like 1929 or like 2000. Okay, fourth, the reason that we are here at this point in this market is because of fundamental structural changes and supports. And he notes correctly, and he has been harping on this for a while, passive index investing via the 401k, which was created in 1978. It took off in the mid-90s.
Yeah, people didn't have pensions anymore. Now, if you want to save for retirement, you have to put all your money into a retirement fund, basically pegged to stock market or however you want to do it.
So basically, what does that mean? The passive index investing, hey, you got a 401k, you got an IRA. Most people, in fact, a majority now, you just get a little bit taken out of your paycheck every 2 weeks or every month or how often you get paid, and it just goes into that 401k account and it just gets put in there. Now, imagine that times billions and billions and billions. Passive investing, in fact, went from 6% of equity fund assets in 1996 to 19% by 2010, and is currently, well, as of 2024, 60% of stocks is through passive investing. That's crazy.
It's
In
our
fact,
fault.
It's our fault. 401k and IRA assets are now worth over $32 trillion. Things are on autopilot, he says. There's no price discovery. Price discovery meaning like, oh, that's a natural buying and selling. News has an effect, and it's not just this never-ending flywheel that just keeps it going on and on and on.
Sometimes it's the opposite. It's like we talk about the retail investor buying up the dip.
Oh yeah, that's a big part of it. The philosophy of buying the dip.
I'm one of these people who's just
you're part of the problem.
Quietly putting money into mutual funds, but that's just on auto pay or auto buy, right? Yeah. So, but then when the market goes down, I go, well, I should get a little discount, and so I buy it up.
Yeah, and that's where I also have. He's not saying that these things are inherently bad. He's just
no. I think it's just a reason why it would continue to prop itself back up. Rather than in the old days when people would just go bad news or wouldn't even pay attention.
Yeah.
People are so clued in. You don't even need to call anyone to do it. I just open the Vanguard app and I just do it. I check, I go, all right, it's much lower than it was. I guess I should buy a little bit more.
And he points out correctly, and this is not old news, but the main flagship ETF of the S&P, which is the SPY, is market cap weighted, meaning the bigger a company is, like in, say, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Google, whoever, the bigger they are, the more of a share they have of that ETF's weight in its success. But the bigger a company gets, the more passive money flows to it, making it bigger, which attracts more money. And it's just like, that's why you just get these, that's how you've got it. I mean, it's partly obviously the narrative and stuff, but that's how you've got Tesla at fucking $1.5 trillion and NVIDIA at $5 trillion.
Tesla is obviously everyone's number one example of a completely overinflated. When you're talking about price to earnings, it's just nothing starts to even make sense.
And it's but run on narrative.
Yeah. Well, Elon. It's
robot.
It's not about the cars. It's about the robot future he's building.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. Corporate buybacks are the other big secondary structural bid that he points out under all these companies. It's heavily concentrated in about 6 to 20 different companies. Over $7 trillion in stock buybacks in the last 10 years. Meaning these companies have excess cash, and instead of reinvesting it into the business itself, building more factories, whatever, paying dividends, they can just buy back their own shares, thus reducing the amount of freely trading shares, thus making, there's a bid in the shares. So they just go higher and higher. But that is slowing. As of Q4 of last year, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Meta, Oracle, all those companies' buybacks dropped 74% year over year to just a little over $12.5 billion. And now they're all to the point where they're borrowing money. They're issuing bonds to fund their AI capex. You've got Oracle, for example, $25 billion. Meta just issued $30 billion worth of bonds. Google, 15. Amazon, $37 billion. Can you not do that? Jesus.
Excuse me.
So the AI build out is taking away that second biggest structural bid. Not only that, but boomers are getting old.
No.
They're getting older. And you know what happens when you reach a certain age?
You die.
You not only can you die, but you are required to take money out of your retirement accounts. I believe I want to say 72, 71, 72, something like that. And he's pointing out that main structural bid that we were just talking about with the IRAs and the 401ks is set to finally turn negative in 2028. So it'll no longer be a supporting feature of the market. It'll be a net negative when these redemptions, that's when you take the money out, will exceed the contributions as these boomers reach the required minimum distribution years. Currently, they're because a lot of them are up there, and they're currently pulling out $250 billion a year, which will grow to $1 trillion a year in the early 2030s. Lastly, he talks about the market structure itself. High-frequency trading is about 60% of all trading. And these high-frequency traders tend to just step away when shocks happen. So like if market starts collapsing, they're not going to step in and put a floor on bidding and stuff, which can happen. They're just going to step away, and that can amplify sell-offs. You've got these pod shops, which are just like groups of traders. They've represent about $1 trillion in assets. They run tight and correlated strategies that can liquidate fast when things turn. And he points out, rightfully so, that Liberation Day just last year was a really, really big event that people aren't paying enough attention to. It was a cross-asset crash. Normally when stocks crash, bonds can go up, gold can go up, like it flows elsewhere. But in this case, you had treasuries, bonds, the dollar, oil, gold, and stocks all fell. And when that happens, foreign investors especially get fucked because the dollar is now weaker. The bonds that they probably hold are weaker, the stocks that they hold. And that could have triggered a rotation away from U.S. stocks, which can take a long time to earn back that trust and want to step in here, especially as like Japanese stocks are doing well. China's up and coming.
When he's talking about a correction, what kind of percentage is that exactly? Do you have any idea what that would look like?
50%. Well, because he's talking about the Schiller going from 40 to 18 to 19.
The S&P would
be like 3,000 or like 3,300, yeah. Which is what it was at the COVID lows, which is wild. Now, that's the thing. That's the thing. He basically ends it by saying, this could just happen. You never know. It could just one day it just starts, and it just. But I don't think that would happen. So go ahead. Sorry.
No, I mean, you don't think it would happen. You still don't buy it.
It's not that I don't buy it. Everything that he says is valid and true. It's just that the market is so different now. There still is that perma bid with the 401ks and stuff, because that is essentially the biggest thing he's talking about. And he's saying, in a couple years, that's going to turn negative. In addition to presumably the corporate buyback bid,
it might even turn negative sooner. And I think what worries me is just all of these, dude. No one's at the helm here. Trump is an absolute madman. America already wasn't a forward-thinking, forward-planning country. I think watching stuff. I hate to be China-pilled, but when China's talking about releasing a strategic fertilizer reserve, whoa. And I'm going, does the U.S. even have that? Apparently we don't. It's, and like I was talking about before, seeing him go out there and go like, who could have known they would hit those places? Who could have known they'd close the Strait of Hormuz? And it's like, a lot of people did. Yeah. But so it already felt like it was on shaky ground, and now it's this. Just, it feels like we're walking on a wire. And so when there's all these. We talked about the Satirical thing. I think we tried to debunk a lot of that. I don't think that's necessarily going to happen, but there may be more layoffs. It seems like
Meta's doing like 20% layoffs right now.
Yeah, and it got buried. Workforce. It got buried because of the war, but I think it was 2 days after the war, the jobs report came out, and it was like way higher than people, or the job losses were way higher than people expected. If things continue down this path, it's like you have less people propping it up with. If you're desperate, you're not putting money into your retirement fund and every month and propping things up like this. I think there are so many things. I just can't even believe they're all happening. We're talking about helium needed for semiconductors. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. What are we doing to ourselves?
Yeah. I mean,
there are so many times Trump has done things where we're like, this is national suicide, where it sometimes feels like we're watching it in slow motion. People keep posting that thing on Twitter of, this is the real national suicide. It's the scientific grants, and it has all the prior years where I guess it starts off a little slow in the beginning of the year, and then it goes up. We invest a lot in our scientific research and all this, and 2026 is just basically flat. Obviously, 2025 was much lower too, but 2026 is basically flat when it usually starts to curve up.
Well, because colleges are full of elites.
Hey, it's time we punish
liberal
elites.
elites.
It's a very precarious situation, and
I think
I'm shocked.
If the entire stock market is currently propped up by the AI build out,
which is crazy that we're destabilizing the globe. We're not even talking about, China has no reason not to move on Taiwan at this point.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I want that to happen. And while that's happening, Asian countries are pissed at us because we're going, hey, give us your THAAD missiles, give us your interceptors, give us your heavy weaponry.
We gotta go over there real fast.
Iran just blew up our $1 billion radar. Can you give us one of those?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The entire economy is propped up on it. If China takes Taiwan, it's
game over.
It's just done.
Yeah.
If Nvidia goes down, I mean, how much would Nvidia go down if Taiwan
50%? I mean, the circuit breaker would trigger on it for sure. It would be, who the hell knows?
We're playing with very dangerous things. Like all those things that we were talking about with the fertilizer and the helium and all that stuff. The people we're talking about, people who know way more about this. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm some expert on fertilizer and trade routes and all this stuff. But it doesn't. If Trump goes on TV today and is like, "We're leaving the Middle East. Iran can have whatever they want. We're done. I relent. Just open the strait." It doesn't get turned on tomorrow. It has massive effects. These things can be very difficult to store. They were talking about. If this gets resolved tomorrow, it could be 2 months before this stuff.
Liquid natural gas out of Qatar would take a month to restart.
And some of the fertilizer and helium stuff could take longer. It's just like...
Well, so that brings us to why no crash? Why come? Why come stock market? Why come stock market no go down? Why come no matter what bad news come out on the TV and on Twitter, stock market don't care? It's already down just a little bit. But again, why come? Well, there's a little thing called the wall of worry, first of all. Bull markets like to climb a wall of worry. There is always some narrative. There's always something going on that everybody's like, oh, man, but this is bad, right? This is bad, right? And it just keeps going up. And the more it keeps going up, the more people worry and the more they think, well, surely everybody sees the writing on the wall. And then it just ends up kind of not being as bad as people thought. And that's kind of like when we pointed out that Iran their own oil was allowed to leave the strait. That's one of those examples where it's like, okay, it isn't fully closed. They're still distributing oil to the rest of the world. So it's not quite a global issue in the sense that it's like, oh, it's all fucking closed. That's just one example. But it is still, for sure. I'm not making a judgment call here. I'm just, you've got FOMO as well.
And the point that illustrates is this, me who's very nervous about this and says we're walking on a wire.
You are the wall of worry.
I keep buying the dip.
You are a good representation of the wall of worry and FOMO. People don't want to miss out because since 2009, it has been proven that all you do is close your eyes. And it was called BTFD, man. Buy the fucking dip.
And realistically, I'm 36. I'm not. If I wanted to retire, if I was nearing retirement age, I would not be doing this.
Yeah.
But it's a retirement fund that would have consequences if I took the money out anyway.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well,
fuck it.
If it goes down, hopefully in 40 years, it's okay.
Yeah. Then you've got, Jem has talked about this a lot, structured products. What does that mean? It means that you can get a return on your money from stocks. You can get a return on your money from bonds, from gold, stocks that have a dividend that pays a certain percentage every quarter or every year. And there are certain funds out there, certain banks and institutions that offer a competitive return on your money. Hey, you're a high net worth individual. Why not allocate $1 million to this strategy that we've got where we... for example, a bit very, 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 very popular one is selling volatility, meaning keeping, when you've got enough of these entities doing this, it effectively creates a damper on the volatility itself. You're selling volatility. You're selling calls and puts. Oh man, this is a little convoluted, but you're keeping everything within a range because so many entities are doing it, and it kind of keeps this. It's like a beach ball, trying to put a beach ball into jumping on a beach ball in the pool. There's just always this buying pressure from all of that going on at once. Then, like you said, like we were talking about, you've got the AI build out. $640 billion is being spent in 2026 by Amazon, Meta, Google, Microsoft alone. And that's set to increase, obviously, to like over $1 trillion in the next year, and then probably $2 trillion after that. And NVIDIA just confirmed that with their revenue increases. They keep coming out with new chips and shit that they're like, we can't make enough of it. All the foundries can't keep up with it. We've got to go to different foundries because NVIDIA doesn't make their own chips. They design them. And then foundries like Taiwan Semiconductor make them and whatnot. Then there's also the Fed. We always know that the Fed is going to come in if things really get bad, and they will inject liquidity into the market like so many fat cells into the top lip of an actress.
Is that what it is? It's fat cells?
I don't know, some shit like that. I don't know. Or they get a bee and they agitate it and they poke you.
Man, people. Sorry, I don't want to go off topic here, but people look downright crazy.
Yeah, man.
We were at a restaurant the other night, and I could not stop.
You looked around and someone was looking at you like this.
Truly. And I was like, I'm sorry.
I'll take the soup. No.
Just.
Let's just start looking at. Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Well, what?
It's hot. It's a sexy look. I like it, man. Oh, man, what's going on with you? You need some Benadryl, baby?
Yeah. Does she have an allergic reaction, or is she
on?
the sexiest lady I've ever seen?
Yeah.
Looks nutso.
What do you got? What color's that lipstick you're putting on? Is it poison ivy? Did you mistake your lip gloss for the poison ivy?
Oh,
babe.
weird. And I feel like sometimes you can see like injection sites or something.
Yeah, you probably can.
Ugh.
God bless him. God bless him. I always say. Anyway, then so the government. You always know that the government's gonna probably step in if they need to. I mean, they did it with COVID. Trump also in this day and age is a masterful confuser. He confuses things. He says so much conflicting shit that it just ruins the ability for anyone to get a grasp on the narrative. He's confused himself.
Yeah.
And of course, you got Taco. Trump always chickens out. He says one thing, he does another. He says yet another thing, he does maybe something slightly different. And it's impossible for anyone to take seriously what he says. Look at what he did with Liberation Day. He does the tariffs, and then these countries go, hey, we'll play ball with you. And then he goes, oh, okay, cool. Tariffs are lifted. And then the market fully fucking bounces and never looks back. So there's that force as well. And like I said, everybody knows to always, always, always buy the dip. So if you've been wondering, what?
You just still don't think it's going to happen?
I don't know. At this point, it's really...
Because we did a great episode about it, where leading up to 2020, where you were certain
yes
about the coming crash.
Yes.
You're not there.
No, because I think that the Hormuz stuff is... It's not exaggerated.
But it's Hormuz on top of...
Yeah. It doesn't matter right now. It doesn't matter until it matters. Just like COVID didn't matter until one day it mattered.
I think that's true. I don't know how much people can take. I do think people were already struggling. I mean, what is that? California going to look like when people start paying?
What's the K-shaped economy, dude?
$7, $8 a gallon.
Yeah. I mean, look
and
at
that's going to have effects throughout
Yes.
everything.
Well, maybe at that point we would see, I don't know, a 2% pullback. But it's the K-shaped economy, and
It's very funny. The first thing I always do is I open the Financial Times, and you'll see these things like Iran's going to start putting mines in the Strait of Hormuz, and you're like, when I see the big headline, I go, "Holy shit! The market must be furious."
yeah,
And I switch over, and I'm
it's
like,
like up 0.5%. What?
They're bullish on mines, and
Yeah. It's because the market is really good at pivoting from narrative to narrative. It's really good, especially at getting attached to a very negative narrative. And then once it's proven to not be even a fraction as bad as they thought, all is saved. Whew. Oh, they're not putting mines there? Oh, okay. A couple ships were let through? Good enough. Cool. Oh, well, hey, look over here. NVIDIA's got this new thing. Jensen Huang, the CEO of the biggest company in the world right now, upon which all of this is kind of built, just said that demand is higher than ever and will continue to be higher than ever, which indicates that companies are still flush enough and lenders are willing to lend the money to
and if you
buy
think
the
about
bonds.
with the helium crisis, demand might even be even higher.
Yeah,
This-
because it's going to create more scarcity.
Sure.
Wow, actually, call up my broker. Hey,
Sure.
I'm bullish on all this stuff.
Sure, they can't get the chips, and your wife can't get an MRI, but who cares?
So all that's to say is, if you've been wondering why there's no crash looming, it's all of that I just listed off. But the risks that Michael Burry laid out are definitely real. Obviously, the geopolitical stuff is real. And surprisingly, one thing he didn't mention is the private credit crisis that is kind of slowly unfolding,
Yeah.
that has kind of taken a back seat to everything. I mean, the housing crisis debacle took years to play out. This might be a slow burn. It might be the case that we end up, by 2030 or 2035, if you were to look at a 10-year chart of the market, it might just be one long, slow, meandering,
Down.
sideways to down thing, while individual stocks can go on their own journey. As we've seen with software, I mean, the market is kind of
Individual stocks being like, sorry, I'm going on my own journey.
I'm going on my own journey.
I see you guys doing your whole sideways downward thing, but I'm actually going to do something different.
I'm a crystal girly now. I'm in my
There's no way around this. They just have to show that they're capable of taking down the ships very easily.
Yeah.
And shippers are going to go, you know what? I'm actually all set on going through that thing.
A big tell will be, so there's monthly Let me try that again. There's monthly options expirations on the index.
And
They
this
happen
happens
on the
Friday, right?
third Friday of every month. And leading up to that, and the days leading up to a week leading up to it, there's all sorts of as Jem would call them, structural forces at play, keeping the market bid up. That's what was happening leading up to COVID. Is like all of these structural forces are effectively a buoy keeping the market afloat. And yeah, we're coming up on the options expiration this Friday. So it'll be a big tell after going into next week what the market decides to do.
The COVID thing is funny to me because the COVID thing makes more sense to me than this does. The COVID thing, it wasn't like, I know you were watching a lot of stuff that you felt was, you were convinced that you had the right information, and you did. There wasn't confirmation out there. There wasn't like, up until Tom Hanks got it, basically, everyone was like, this is going to pass.
Oh yeah, a few Americans have it now. It's just a couple.
Right.
Yeah.
And no one was really taking it seriously. So I could see people being like, come on. What are you talking about? We're going to be fine. We're always fine. This is like it's not just the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, you're kind of watching a reordering of allies, the global economy, all of these things.
And what's it going to do for inflation? That's another big concern. As the longer this goes on, the higher the cost of fuel. That reverberates throughout the entire economy, the global economy. Prices could go up, and inflation going down was part of the impetus for the Fed to start lowering interest rates as they have been doing. But what happens if inflation spikes back up?
I do believe the chance of a Fed cut is now lower than a Fed hike.
And we have FOMC tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll see. Who knows, man? Well, folks, let us know what you think. As always, the comments are wide open. Market go up, market go down.
Welcome to your loser consumer era. We're all in it. Just so you know, Ken Hassett and the Trump administration are not seriously concerned about consumers.
No.
And we have no plan to be. So let's be concerned about ourselves. This is the loser consumer community we're building. We're all in it together. Yeah. We're all going to lose.
Well, folks, that does it for us this week. Join us in the bonus, benandemilshow.com. Get yourself some new merch. Sign up there, and all right, folks, we'll see you in the bonus.
Coming up on this week's episode of benandemilshow.com.
I don't think there are any porn stars who look like me.
I didn't. Up until a few months ago, I didn't think there was.
I challenge you to find a porn star that looks like me, and I don't know. Enjoy yourself.
Don't enjoy yourself with mine.
No, yeah, go ahead and do that too. You want to jack off? Who am I to stop you? Who's EMIL'S to stop you?
I will stop you. I'll haunt. I'll come to your house.
Yeah, you'll come over, right?
No, don't. No one's coming.
I'm gonna come.
No one's coming. I'll get your ISP shut down if you jerk off to Gattuso.
Did you watch the Oscars at all?
No.
I did. Did you see Sinners?
Sinners game.
The movie. Did you see Sinners?
Sinners matches? I've seen a lot of them. I watched pretty much.
Oh, God.
He's by far one
Someone
of my...
come fucking kill me.
he's by far...
Yeah.
My favorite
Okay,
tennis
got
player.
it. So I'll try to be...
Did I see his matches? Yes. I watched him play Joao Fonseca. I watched him play Leonard Tien. I watched him play Daniil Medvedev.
Did you see the 2025...
I watched him beat Zverev.
Did you see the 2025 motion picture starring Michael B. Jordan entitled Sinners?
I haven't seen that
one. Oh, got it. Well, it was fine. It was a good movie. It wasn't...
So you dislike black people, I take it.
Crab Pot?
No.
Yes, it's a nice restaurant. It's very expensive.
What? It looks like a goofy...
No, it's on the fucking water, and it's nice. It's on the marina there. Yeah, dude. Look at that. Some of that food,
does not.
man.
Those look like shitty ass fries.
No. You don't understand. It's some premium stuff.
Those oysters are gonna give you diarrhea.
No, they're not. Oh man, dude.
That looks terrible. This is not a nice one.
It's good.
Go up. That one.
What?
No. I mean, that looks bad too.
The plated fish.
This is.
Those crab cakes are not. Those are made
in-house.
in-house.
This is not crab cakes.
No, I know. That's a big fillet. Look at that. It's a big fillet of fish.
I don't
Those
care
are
how
big crab cakes.
I don't care how big it is. That does not look like a good dish. If
it
that came out, I'd be like,
tasty to me.
You're gonna charge me $45 for this?
It looks tasty to me.
You
don't understand. Look at the coconut shrimp. Look at that.
The coconut shrimp, I will say,
that looks good. Go to the boil. Look at that. That is some primo stuff, my man.
Find the fries again.
The fries are really good. That looks pathetic.
Wait, I'm sorry.
That looked pathetic.
If you have shit-ass mozzarella sticks, you're not a nice restaurant.
No, but trust me. Go to their Instagram page.
I
guarantee
sure it's
they've
fine.
got...
I'm just saying this is not
No, you've insulted the restaurant.